Right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mark Geary, and I'm with my friend Gearsden.
Yo.
And my friend Leonard.
So.
And, well, we just finished our second day at Play Expo 2014. And we're just basically going to have a quick chat about it. So, chaps, first time here?
Awesome. Great time.
This is your first time you've been?
Totally, yeah. First time, Expo Virgin. It's been a good 2 days.
What about you, Gearsden? Have you been to Play Expo before?
Yeah, I went to that one in Lapfield, didn't I?
Yeah, but have you been to this one before?
No.
Initial thoughts?
Yeah. It's a lot better with everything being spaced out. So I've not been sweating like a pig or feeling ill. That's pretty mega. Like that, I approve of that. Yeah, all good. Lack of Xbox One stuff though.
No Xbox stuff.
Apart from the game we played before, Wolver, yeah, there's no else other than PS4 stuff, and yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
Come on, Play Expo, get on the Xbox One stuff. We're Xbox truthful right here. What's going on? And I think the first one I think they had some Halo 4 going on, which was good. I've been 3 years in a row, and I have to say this has definitely been the best one. The first one was good, but quite cramped. Second one got improved on it. This time round, they have completely and utterly excelled themselves. There's so much more space. They've got the entire hall. Like Gearsden said, there hasn't been you haven't felt like you're sort of crushed in, you're getting germs off everybody else, which, as a lot of con goers know, you can get con flu afterwards because you're just such in tight quarters with people. And just in general, there's been so much to see and do. It hasn't been boring throughout the whole weekend. So, highlights from the weekend?
Definitely get to try the Oculus Rift. That's been outstanding. I mean, I managed to play CDF Aftermath, and I watched Gearsden play another VR game earlier, which is entertaining just to stand outside of it. But it's nice to see the Oculus being represented at an Expo. That's been.
What about you, Gearsden?
Yeah, for me that, because it's weird. It's frightening how pretty immersive it all was. Yeah, because he actually felt like you were there. So you weren't like, yeah, you got a joypad, you're just at home knocking about with your telly and that. You had this headset on, and it actually felt like you was in the actual room and the area. And there was a bit where the guy told me to make the character fall off the ledge into the lava. And as I was actually falling, I felt my body felt like I was falling, which pretty good, really just really weird. He says sort of kind of, when you're playing a normal game, your brain kind of realizes I'm playing a game, but because it's completely immersive, your brain cannot kind of compute that it thinks it's real, basically. Yeah, basically, yeah. Because even down to the little bit of a detail, I walked through some cobweb, and obviously, my brain was thinking, like you've all felt cobweb and web before. It felt like that, but it was obviously the feeling that my brain was. Basically, my brain was fucked.
Okay, I suppose.
Basically, it was like my brain just was like. It's weird.
Imagine something like that for like a Kiss immersive game, Gearsden.
That'd be pretty cool. That.
You can go backstage with Kiss and stuff like that.
Well, it could be in Kiss.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it could be. Gene Simmons fires somebody, and then you're it, and he points at you, and then you're like completely there on stage with Kiss.
Yeah, it was dead good, that Oculus stuff. Like when we played the Ghost Ship Aftermath thing, it's like a survival horror thing. Like with that as well, that felt even more that you were there, more claustrophobic, because your character had a helmet on. And as you moved inside their helmet, you could see like a little HUD display at the bottom telling you what your life was, so on and so forth. Plus you could see at certain points of breath, like come onto the helmet. You could turn to the side, but you couldn't turn any further, without turning the actual character around. You did have more things to do with a controller on that, but still being completely immersed and feeling like you were there. It's a different experience altogether.
So do you think this is sort of like the future of gaming?
Yeah, it's got to be, because I mean that is the way to go now, I think.
What about you, Dan? What do you reckon, future of gaming?
Oculus Rift definitely future gaming. I mean, I played aftermath, just like Gearsden did. And when you are looking down your helmet to see how much oxygen you got left, and you're looking up, but you still got that whole atmosphere still there. So you're in the game. It's not like you're looking at a game or you're playing a game. You're actually in the game. And when you sit there and you're looking down, you're looking around, but you're still moving, you sort of lose your outside sense. The only things you can feel is your hands and whatever the Oculus tells you. So it's definitely future gaming. Definitely.
Do you think they'll sort of evolve things where maybe treadmill type things, or like sensory things in your hands, gloves and stuff like that, or do you reckon that's too far fetched?
Probably will. I mean, you got to think about it. If this is going to be like the next step in technology, they're going to have to bring football games out for the general public. So they're going to have to do something where some chump can sit around in his house and kick a football about.
Not that we're judging anybody who plays football games, okay? We choose not to play said football games.
So there's going to be them general games that come out every year, like clockwork, where they'll at some point have to get involved with that, in order to push it that next step further. So yeah, I think they'll do something like that.
They did a thing. Did you watch the Gadget Show where they had an Oculus Rift and they got themselves a globe? So basically, you had a screen the whole way around one of them, and they had paintball guns all around them as well, and they were tied to the computer, right? So he had a treadmill, so he could go 360 on this treadmill, and whenever he got shot at, the paintballs shot at him as well. So basically, if he got hit in the game, he got hit by a paintball, so it hurt. So it made you feel like you didn't want to get hurt as much, so you're sort of kind of using the cover more and you could see it. And I thought that was quite a good idea. Obviously completely unrealistic for your sort of kind of bedroom gamer or whatever, but quite a cool experience, I would think.
Well, I think when you look at the technology we've got now, we've got Kinect, now we've got the Oculus. With Kinect you can kick a ball, so it's not going to be too far before you kick a ball with an Oculus Rift on. Yeah. You're just going to have to walk to your house, because you can't be playing around when you can't see where your actual body is.
You have rumble packs on your controllers. I guess they could get some sort of bodysuit with a rumble pack within it. There's a book called Ready Player One, really good book, yeah. And they wear complete bodysuits, which sort of immerse you into the MMO, and obviously they make you feel what's in the game. So I guess it could be the future. Okay, we'll move on slightly because we sort of stayed on that. Play Expo is all about retro gaming to start off with. So how have we felt about the nostalgic retro games here?
I think it's been an outstanding display. I've seen games from even before I was born. I've seen games that I played when I was a teenager. Battlefield 1942. It's been all sorts. We've covered everything perfectly. Fantastic.
Is there any games that you thought and your little heart's just gone, oh man, I haven't seen that game in so long?
Well, definitely. I mean, there's one or two computers that have shown some of Jeff Minter's games. I'm a massive Jeff Minter fan, if no one knows. So Takari, Mutant Camels, and Sheep in Space. And when you see them, it does send my heart aflutter.
What was the game you said you wanted to find and you couldn't get?
Oh, it was a game called Shoe Code on the PS1. I managed to find a copy here, but at £90, too much for my bank account right now.
Yeah, so you've got, what's it called? Shikoden. This man will buy it off you. Gearsden, retro gaming, what do you think?
It was fantastic to see there was a selection of Arnold games. It was fantastic. I played one of the Terminator games I had on the Xbox the first Xbox. And they had Terminator versus RoboCop. He has nothing! And it was fantastic to see those games out there that I used to have that inspired me to follow Arnold.
Yeah, when I see these games, I just think back, because obviously my whole family big computer geeks, and I saw Epic being played, and I just remember my father just sitting there playing that constantly for donkeys, and Operation Wolf as well was a massive one. Operation Wolf, but yeah.
I didn't see any Sonic games.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I don't think I've seen a
single Sonic game, and a single Mario one either.
That's actually true as well. I haven't seen Mario. There's a lot of ones that look like it. Yeah, and Super Smash Brothers was there as well, I think.
Yeah, if we talk about retro gaming, surely the pinnacle of retro gaming is like Sonic, Mario, Pac-Man.
They're the ultimate. Well, they did have the Duck Hunter on the.
Yeah, another classic game.
Big time classic game. They had some like the old Ataris and stuff like that, man. It's just mad, and it's just good to see the evolution from like literally Pong, which you can play on the wall over here, to what we have now. And it's just like, Wow, that's mad. And you think about, like, we were playing that Arnie game, that Terminator game on the Xbox, the first Xbox, and back when that came out, you would probably thought those graphics were absolutely mint. But you look at them now and you go, oh, that's a bit, it's a bit dated.
I remember getting that game. I think it was called Terminator Extinction or something like that. And you could have a little button on it and you could press it, and it's in an Ernie phrase. It was mega good, talk to the hand, and fantastic. Well, yeah, like stuff like I remember getting like an Xbox PS2, and you saw the graphics like, oh, this is amazing, look at this, and now it just looked utter rubbish. But then you think back and thought, like said now, like think back, and that was them games you're paying 45 quid a pop from. You know what I mean? And now they're just, you look at it, you wouldn't think it, would you?
A lot of these games you can play on your phone now. That's the mad thing about it. You can literally, these games that you thought were like the cutting edge of games, you can literally get out your iPhone and you can play them on your iPhone now.
Yeah, of course.
Technology is just mad. Obviously, if you were to sort of kind of sum up this expo for other people, me personally, this is very, very gamer-centric, right? Obviously, Play Expo. There's lots of little things, like there is cosplay, but it's a small part. It is definitely very gamer-centric. Anything else that you think describe Play Expo to somebody who's not been before?
If you love computer gaming, you have loved computer gaming, or you enjoy computer gaming now, Play Expo is definitely the place to be. There's like you said, there's board games, there's cosplay, there's also, but if you just want to come and have a good romp around, play some good games, play some old games, play some new games, this is a place to be, definitely.
It's definitely a con for all the family.
Yeah, it's easy as well. It's an easy one to get around, because you're not being bombarded by, you're not packed into a tight space with someone sweating to death in a latex Spider-Man suit.
Yeah, well, me and you got very ill after LSCC, didn't we?
Yeah. So like, it's easier to be here than any other one I've been to.
Yeah, like I said, it's definitely a lot more open. You don't feel claustrophobic, especially for me. He's carrying like a backpack and like a tripod and cameras and stuff like that, and you just feel really claustrophobic sometimes. So this one, wide open, lots of space, loads of people here, but still doesn't feel like it's rammed. And there's definitely a lot of people because the queues were literally all around.
It's rammed because it took me an hour bloody park this morning, so it is rammed. But with it being spaced out, it's easy.
And I didn't see any issues with the queues. Now all these other expos, there seems to be massive moans about the queuing system and stuff, but there didn't seem to be any issues. Like when I came in this morning, there wasn't any big queues. Yesterday there was a big queue, but it went down pretty quickly.
Well, this morning I obviously got it epically early, and I did join the queue for prepaid, and I was fearing, I was like, oh god, it's going to take me ages to get in, and literally the doors open, I was in within 5 minutes. They've actually done really well to get the queues down as quick as possible. There's been no issues with queuing, I would say.
So if you were to give them some advice on what they could improve upon next time round, what would you do?
Definite press and exhibitor entrance, like premium. So let your press and exhibitor guys come in early before the crowds get in. So you're not taking up times of people queuing. You can get in, you can film, take some photos. There's nothing.
The thing is, I think they did that last year because I think we did get. I don't know why they haven't done it this year. You could get in and then sort of, unless we completely missed it, but you could get in early, talk to some of the exhibitors before the crowd got in, get things set up, but don't seem to have done it this year.
No, they don't. I mean, it's not impacted us too much. But for example, when we tried filming in one or two spaces, you do get people walking in front of you, walking around you. And we have a lot of space. It is quite a well laid out expo. But when we have been filming, we've had to be aware of where we're filming, how we're doing it.
Well, I think that's the general public need to be very aware. As a person who carries a camera a lot, it's one of my pet peeves is people with no camera awareness who literally just walk in front of you, even though there's a big, massive lens there, or there's a wire with a microphone. Oh, let's walk over the microphone in front of the camera, in front of everybody. So bloody annoying. And you're just like, get off, you damn kids. So, Gearsden, recommendations for next year? Obviously, more Xbox One.
Yeah, more Xbox One. Massive lack of that. Not happy about that.
You've been pretty happy about it. Is there anything? There's nothing you can really moan about.
No. For change, I'm not moaning.
This is very true. It's not like Gearsden's when he's quiet. He's just like, whoa.
Yeah, I think there's a right balance of everything here. There's not too much of the cosplay business going on.
Yeah, I think they sort of oversaturate some of the conventions with the cosplay.
It can get annoying.
With no offense to our cosplay friends like there, we love you. But to be honest, I've quite enjoyed not focusing on cosplay for once. It's just been about the gaming and stuff.
It's a bit of everything really. Everything's well balanced, apart from Xbox One stuff, and they could have done with like a few more things. You know, like they have the Game of Thrones throne. They could have done with a few more bits and bobs like that.
Well, so more like stage scenes and stuff. I think that was quite a good idea.
I thought that was mega. I thought, but yeah, they should bring some more bits and bobs in like that. You know, like probably Ghostbuster car. I'm surprised the Ghostbuster car's not here. You know, with it being the 30th anniversary. What's going on there?
What's going on? Play Expo. No Ghostbuster car. You'll learn for next year.
More big exhibitors would be nice as well. I mean, we've got Konami, we've got Team 17. You know, we've got one or two big companies here, but not many others. I mean, as Gears has mentioned, you know, there's no Xbox One coverage apart from Wolver, and technically that's an indie game. He's brought it in to show it off. So yeah, I think maybe a lot of big companies do need to wake up and actually go, we will be at Play Expo next year.
He's not Nintendo either. What's going on there?
Well, I think what's happening is this Play Expo in general has been quite a small, because especially Manchester's not known for like having big conventions and stuff. This is a massive convention for Manchester, what is Manchester, and I think now with the success of this weekend, we might see a bit more sort of pull for bigger exhibitors next time. Well, hopefully, fingers crossed. So Xbox, Microsoft, Nintendo. You know, get your asses in the gear.
All you know, both of them, Xbox and Nintendo, they've released some, you know, big games. They've got big game releases coming up. I got Super Smash Bros. Last week, and they've got Shadow of Mordor and Alien. Why aren't you here playing them games and knocking about them games? Why aren't you here?
Why aren't you here? Indeed. Sick of it. Gearsden came all the way to the Trafford Centre, the place he hates the most in the world, and no
traffic. An hour. Traffic an hour.
Traffic. What a bitch. Okay. Well, I don't think there's much more to say, to be honest. I think we've gone through it all. It's been a very enjoyable weekend. It's been a pleasure to have these two gentlemen with me. Generally, I'm carrying all my equipment myself. It's good to have somebody here to do things and to sort of kind of take a bit of weight off my burdened shoulders. But it's been good. I've really enjoyed it, and I don't feel tired. And I don't feel like I want to kill myself when I get home because I'm feeling sick or because I'm just shattered. So it's been a good all in all sort of con. So good work, Play Expo. Final words?
I think you should get Bastard Generation on to do a DJ set.
All right, yeah, that's Gearsden and Mr. Maudsley, you know, DJing, because that would totally bring in the crowds, big time. Yeah. Actually, yeah, I think we're going to be playing. I think we need a Geek Pride section, maybe do podcasts, do some things, you know, like a little table somewhere up in the corner somewhere, you know. Geek Pride could help you out, Play Expo. Len, final words?
Do the same next year, make it nice and spacious, lots of stuff, and get one or two bigger people down like Nintendo and everyone else, and it'd be fantastic. It'd be the best expo in the UK.
Okay, everybody, I've been Matt Geary, this has been Gearsden. This has been Len. We're at Play Expo 2014. It's been a great weekend. Come next year. See you later.
And if you don't, I'll break off your arms.